ChannelCon 2025. This is GTIA's first official event since separating from CompTIA. Dan Wensley, the new CEO, and his team did an incredible job. It's the first event, ChannelCon, that I've ever been to. As an MSP, we didn't join CompTIA. Some great things happening there, really well attended, lots of energy, lots of great news, and great time, of course, for the podcast. Started out with Michael Chester from Valmail. Great conversation with Mike, culture, curry, and cybersecurity. A fascinating background. Really enjoyed talking with Mike. Matthias Zoomer was next. I really, Matthias got a great story, great interests, steakhouse, grit to cyber. Really great conversation. I got to spend more time with Matthias as well. Really entertaining, really fascinating and smart. He was a smart man. Chris Lord, of course, from Solus. Really great. We talked on the virtually before. It was great seeing him there. We had a great conversation from soccer fields to cyber front lines. Robin Robbins, a titan in our industry for a very long time, recently announced the Kaseya acquisition. We talked, I say, from grit to growth, but we had a really long conversation, a great conversation. I've talked to her kind of in passing over the last 20, 25 years, but it's the first time we actually had a long conversation, and she reveals a lot. Fascinating backstory. I didn't know many things about her. Thank her for the time. Really enjoyed that conversation. Ryan Walsh from PAX 8. Of course, the big PAX 8 Beyond event was recently, and known Ryan from a distance for a while. We talked just kind of here and there, but a great conversation with Ryan. Leadership, discipline. His father's an NBA coach. X's and O's. Fascinating. Pete Bussum. I've known Pete for, my goodness, 20 years. Former MSP, former Navy's veteran. What he does now to help the veterans in a nonprofit. Really exciting. Really generous. Sales and marketing is what he does. He helped our MSP do it years ago. He does it now, much more automated, AI influenced. Pete Bussum from Equilibrium. Mike Sanka, Movilla, the CEO. Great conversation. Kiteboarding. Didn't know anything about it. But how he got into project management. What's the probability of the sun not coming up tomorrow? Nadav Shanker. Great conversation with Nadav. Smart man, family man, has had Vercom for, oh my goodness, I think it's like 30 years. Great conversation from scuba to securing email is the name of the title. I really enjoyed talking to Nadav. Scott Barlow. I've known Scott for, oh my goodness, since the Reflection days, so at least 15 years. First time, we had a conversation like this. He was fantastic. He knows what he's doing. He's my favorite geologist. I did not know he had a degree in geology. We take that right into Sophos, right into security. Great conversation with Scott. Thank him for that. Vicky Bruns, my goodness. I've known Vicky for a long time as well. Smart, engaging, rides horses. And for a long time, and I open with that and how it can help us about learning about how MSPs grow. Great conversation with Andreas Ambul. Great talking to Andreas at Net3. They're doing great things there in private cloud. We talked about football and baseball, kind of the upbringings, how team sport helps in helping teams and helping companies. Great conversation with Andreas. Stan, even off. The first time meeting Stan, of course, I know his partner or our CEO, Anoop. They're at ThreatMate. They're doing incredible things with penetration, with pen tests, and automating them. And really great conversation. But we opened up with guitars. He likes guitars. He likes music, and we just go right from guitar riffs to red teams. And we ended it with Kessie Jepson. I've known Kessie for 5-6 years now. They're at Lenovo. Fascinating woman. She has a big farm, although she never was raised in a farm, but she has one now, makes her own items that she sells at farmers markets. We talk about that and talk about what Lenovo is doing now to help MSPs. Great 3 or 4 days there in Nashville at ChannelCon. Thanks so much for listening and watching. Hi, I'm Joey Pinz, and here's my 45-second introduction. After starting my business in the 90s, I started developing poor habits of eating in my diet because I was working way too much. Before you know it, I found myself 340 pounds. The doctor told me if I don't lose the weight, I'm not going to see my daughter graduate. Took the next 7 months, lost 130 pounds. People think there's some secret. Ask me, how'd you lose that weight? Like there's some secret. There is no secret. How'd I lose the weight? Just one word, discipline. I've had other successes in life, and I attribute them all to discipline. Now, I'm not the king of discipline, but I believe believe that it can help all of us. Friends, colleagues convinced me to start a podcast. The podcast mission: how do we better ourselves and society? I talk to interesting people in health, fitness, sport, wellness, business, technology, science, art, and culture. And I eventually ask them how discipline plays a role in their life. Podcast vision: growth through learning from others.
Historical fiction. How'd you get into historical fiction?
Historical fiction, it bridges...
You're a young man.
I know, I'm too young for this. It bridges two of my biggest interests.
Which is?
History.
Yes.
I know. But also traveling. I'm just fascinated by other cultures. In fact, that's what led me to pursue a career abroad after college. I don't know, Joe. I just think it's interesting to think about what life was like, not only in other cultures, but also such a long time ago.
Right.
And to actually get a sense of the stories and the customs and the value sets of a different place.
Where did you go?
So after college, I went to Southeast Asia.
Whoa.
I was in business consulting, helping foreign companies that wanted to set up shop operations across Asia Pacific. It was an awesome experience. I spent about a year and a half in Vietnam, in Ho Chi Minh City, and then a little over a year in Thailand, in Bangkok. And, both professionally and personally, it was a great learning experience.
In this fast-paced MSP landscape, how do you stay ahead? Introducing MSPinfluencer.com, your ultimate hub for MSP news, insights, and community connection, powered by Forza Dash. More than 75,000 MSPs subscribe to our MSP Influencer Pulse weekly newsletter, staying informed and ahead of industry trends. Tune in to emerging podcasts from Joey Pinz and leading MSP voices, offering essential tips, powerful insights, and success stories. Explore our multi-authored blogs, crafted specifically for MSP leaders, delivering fresh perspectives and actionable strategies. Celebrate excellence with the industry-leading Forza-MSP Influencer Awards, recognizing innovation, leadership, and impact in the MSP community. Join thousands of MSP professionals who trust MSPinfluencer.com to grow their business and expand their networks. MSPinfluencer.com, where today's MSP leaders connect, collaborate, and conquer, all powered by the Forza Dash platform, helping MSP vendors work effectively with MSPs and helping MSPs grow.
The difference between, Vietnam, of course, we have a connection being here in the States.
Right.
Probably a little less in Bangkok, but what was Vietnam like? Do they still...
Sensory overload is the best way I can describe it. You walk out on the streets, everyone's out, there's, food and music playing and everyone's hanging out. It's busy, so much so that when I came back to the States, everything almost felt dull.
Wow. Chicago felt dull to Ho Chi Minh City.
Well, Chicago in the winter felt dull
compared
to Ho Chi Minh City.
Okay, in the winter,
important distinction.
Yes.
But no, it was very cool. And one thing that is unique about Southeast Asia, or other places generally, is that you hop on a flight. Hour-and-a-half flight. I go from Ho Chi Minh City to Bangkok, and it's a completely different culture, different value sets, different history, different language, and compare that to Chicago to Nashville.
Right,
a little bit different. You see more cowboy boots here,
food maybe,
but it's not quite the difference that you see.
Give me an example of the difference of value set between Vietnam and Thailand.
Well, I'll give you an example of value set that's different than what I grew up with. And again, was a learning experience.
Of course.
So I was living in Vietnam. I was in a homestay because I thought that'd be a great way to kind of get immersed in the culture.
Sure.
And one night after going out with friends, I came back. It was probably midnight, and the apartment across the street was lively. There's music going on, and there were a few elder gentlemen that were playing a board game and having some drinks, and they saw me getting back, and they invited me to come hang out for a little while. So I did. And I didn't speak much Vietnamese at that time, so I wasn't exactly sure of the context, but it was fun, and then I went back and I went to sleep. The next morning, my homestay owner, or lady,
yes,
mentioned, or she asked me, like, I heard you were, celebrating the funeral of
Oh, jeez.
the person who lived next door. And I was like, oh, wow, I did not know that was the context. But the enlightening moment was, or the learning experience was, they celebrate the life rather than focus on the mourning.
Fascinating.
And actually, like, I brought that back. And, recently I've had my first couple of, losses. And that helps me. Instead of focusing on, that person not being in my life, I focus on celebrating the person they were and the relationship that I had with them.
Much better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and it's different. Again, it's just a different take, but that's the kind of thing that I never would have experienced had I not, taken a chance and gone abroad after school.
I remember once talking with a chef in Vietnam. He was American, but he went over there and there was a chef there. And he was telling me about this one city that had these fish where, I guess in this one particular area of Vietnam, they bury their dead in coffins, but they put them in the water.
Interesting.
And they put all holes in the coffins.
Huh.
So the fish come in and actually partake, and it's like the best tasting fish.
Different techniques, right?
Very, very different.
Right.
Yeah. I haven't thought about that in a while, but once you mentioned Vietnam and you mentioned the passing, I just...
Joe, have you ever been out to Southeast Asia?
I've been to Europe. I've never been to Southeast Asia.
Okay, well, when you go, you need to hit
Is
me
that
up.
right?
I need some recommendations.
Everybody loves Thailand.
Yeah.
Everybody...
It's got the tourist infrastructure. It's kind of like Las Vegas. You go there, you've got the... anything you want. There's, activities, there's hotels, there's easy transportation. Vietnam felt a little bit more off the beaten path.
I say.
Admittedly, it's grown tremendously over the last 10, 15 years. So it's probably a much different place now than it was when I was over there.
How much weight did you lose, Mike?
So this was a while ago. It's pretty rough being an overweight 10-year-old.
Yeah.
So when I was about that age, I lost about 30 pounds.
Wow. And what was the impetus? Why?
It did a number on my my confidence.
I see.
At
10 years old.
Right, aren't the most understanding of... so I, wanted to make a change. A very wise... advisor once told me, weight loss advisor, my family was helping me find, options. She said, nothing tastes as good as thin feels, which I think is incredibly smart. I'll tell you the one thing or two things that got me over the hump. First was just portion control, like really discipline. There was a company, I'm sure it's still in business, Jenny Craig, that had the frozen foods.
I think it is,
Yeah, and I did that for about 2 weeks, and I swear my appetite just adjusted because I started to get full off the same amount of food. The other thing was working out. So that's why, not only did it have an impact on losing weight, but it also made me feel better.
Right.
That endorphin rush is real.
It is real.
That's been a part of my life pretty much since I lost the pounds.
And you weren't playing any sports or anything at that time?
I was playing football. That was fun. And basketball extracurricularly. I've never been a very tall person, so basketball wasn't exactly my sport.
Sure.
But I had a nice shot, more of a Steph Curry type.
So if you were a big 10-year-old, they probably put you on the line.
Yeah, right.
And then when you lost the weight, what happened?
Here's the crazy thing. I played D-line in varsity, which is amazing.
Right.
The camera may not see the scope here, the size.
Yes.
But yeah, I played D-line because I had the agility. I led the league in sacks.
Wow.
So that was fun. Got beat up a little bit, but you can deal with that.
That's part of football, isn't it? Yeah.
It comes with the territory.
Of course, you're from Chicago. When you were 10,
I was the good luck charm. The year I was born, we won the championship. Somehow we haven't, been able to repeat since. But
you've had great players with the Bulls.
We've had great players. Yeah.
So in '86, the Bears won Super Bowl, right? Was it 86 with McMahon?
It was the 85 season.
Oh, it was 85.
But the Super Bowl may have
Right,
actually
in
been
86.
in 86. That's right.
Refrigerator Perry.
Walter
Payton.
Dick. No, that was Mike Ditka.
Ditka.
The head coach.
Yeah.
A personality, talk about a team with personality. Like,
Yes.
that was
there was a lot. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
McMahon, a quarterback. Yeah.
I wish I was old enough to appreciate it.
Right.
Yeah, we've gone so long without success in the Windy City. It's
They were so big, Mike, they actually sang a rap song all together.
that's right.
The Shuffle? What was it?
The Super Bowl
The
Shuffle.
Super Bowl Shuffle. That's
right,
it.
Yeah. Which I'm sure we can find on YouTube to all the listeners. They
But
can
then
go
the
check
90s
out.
came Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, The Worm.
yeah,
I mean, then
right.
you had an incredible run there with the
It was kind of
the best ever.
It was kind of like the New England or Boston
Sure.
experience.
Patriots, yeah.
They've had the good fortune of Celtic success and Patriots success. It's hard to believe, but at one time Chicago was a great and winning sports city.
Oh, it's coming back. It's got
coming
great
back.
baseball. It's got it'll definitely come back. We've talked before, but I don't hear Chicago in your voice at all.
Yeah,
Your parents have it?
not much. Actually, my mom has more of a Southern accent.
Ah,
So she was born and raised in Atlanta.
I see.
And we visited her family, every year growing up. So that's really my second home. So Nashville is not that far
No.
from my roots.
Very different food.
Very different.
Atlanta
food.
and Chicago, both great.
Right. I love comfort food.
Me too.
I'm a fan.
Me too. Very much so. Yeah.
The Chicago food. You can't have too much of it. It's the deep dish pizza.
Yes, deep
hot
dish,
dogs.
all the
It's
sausage.
really
and-
indulgent.
yes, yes, delicious. But yeah,
Hey, Joey Pinz here. Want to take your podcast experience to the next level? I'm excited to invite you to become a YouTube member. It's the absolute best way to support the channel and enhance your connection. Join our amazing community and unlock the incredible perks, custom loyalty badges, exclusive emojis, and priority comment replies. Your voice will always stand out. Be the first to watch new videos with early access, receive special membership shoutouts, and get exclusive behind-the-scenes photos and updates. Dive into content available only to our members, special videos, deep dives, and insider perspectives. Engage directly with me. Suggest podcast topics you want to hear, and even get personalized video shoutouts. Hit the join button right now and become part of something special. Let's build this amazing community together. I can't wait to welcome you as a new member. Join the Joey Pinz family today.
yeah.
What's your favorite cuisine? Like when you go
Oh
out
God,
on a Friday night?
my father's from Italy, so I've got a lot of Italian influences. But there's really, I love Thai food.
Yeah, okay. Like that.
Is Vietnamese? Is that pho?
Pho,
Pho?
yeah, that's right.
that's the.
That's
but-
very good.
But yeah, of course it's very good. Yeah, yeah. What were the streets like? The street food over there must have been incredible.
So I would typically eat in this outdoor market right by my place. I would get pho and a beer or a Coke, and it would be about $1.50 in U.S. terms. It was incredible. And, they give you all the condiments on the table, like different leaves and sauces
Whoa.
and spices, and I like to, you kind of make it your own, which is nice.
Yes. Yes.
I don't know about you, but I'm a big spicy guy.
Yeah, that's right. You said that.
Always put the hot sauce in, the chili leaves, and
Really? So 1 out of 10, you like to spice where?
I'd say 9.
Whoa.
Yeah, I'm up there. Well, we can find a good Thai place tonight, and you can.
Is that
help me do
right?
that.
So if you go to a Thai place now, do you go off the menu?
Yeah, usually.
So you'll mention something like my daughter likes lard nar.
Larnar. Is that?
It's like a
Rice and-
brown gravy kind of. Sometimes it's pronounced or spelled something else, and we always say lardnar. They understand.
Yeah.
Can't get
I mean,
enough.
it's some of the most unextravagant meals are the ones that I hold a soft spot
Right.
in my heart for. Like in Thailand, you could get rice with eggs, and they just put the eggs on top of the rice so that flavor would seep through.
Like sunny side up? Like what kind of eggs?
Yeah,
Or
sunny side
scrambled?
Sunny side up.
Sunny side up, okay.
On top of the eggs, the flavor seeps through. You get the side of, fish sauce or soy sauce or whatever you're looking for. And that's incredibly cheap. You get it on, a street stand and very tasty.
Wow.
So that is something when I go to Thai restaurants I will ask for. And it's
That simple.
not the usual.
Just eggs on rice.
Eggs on rice. I'm an easy man to please.
Yeah. I can't, the pad thai, I know it's so common. I still can't get enough of it. I love it. And it's very different from restaurant to restaurant. Sometimes it's a little drier. Sometimes it's a lot more peanuts. Sometimes it's a lot more wet. Sometimes,
Right.
I guess in any country, just the regions do it differently.
Yeah, that's right.
And now I'm getting hungry, Mike.
Hey, well, we'll have some good options later. Chicago has a pretty fair amount of good Italian options.
Of course it does.
Yeah.
Yes. I love Chicago from May to about September. Yeah.
This time.
Yeah,
This
they're
is
right
it.
around this time.
This is it.
Yeah.
ChannelCon
I love it.
2026. Let's go.
What's the problem? They don't have events there because of unions?
Yeah, well, there's not the same infrastructure. We've got the drawing a blank on the name, but basically one convention center. We get the big healthcare tech
I see.
conference every year. But yeah, we should be a bigger draw.
You should. I know New York doesn't get much either, but they always say it's the unions. It's just too
unions.
expensive. And then New York's tough to set up. I mean,
Yeah, right.
yeah, there's actually an event next week. I think it's in Jersey across the Hudson. So we're here, Mike, I keep on wanting to say CompTIA, but it's at GTIA,
GTIA.
ChannelCon. Yeah, what are some of your goals this week here in Nashville?
To let everyone know to authenticate their mail. In order. Joe, there is no more important time to be talking about email authentication than today.
Is that right?
Yeah, for a couple of reasons. First, AI has made the sophistication of impersonation attempts and quite frankly the scale that you can get doing these impersonation attempts on a whole nother level.
Wow.
And, SMBs are especially vulnerable because they are the biggest offenders of not having authentication in place. So that's one. But secondly, email sender requirements have made authentication not just a best security practice, but an imperative.
Really?
So Google and Yahoo and other mailbox providers had essentially DMARC as a requirement. Recently, Microsoft joined the fray and similarly implemented that standard. So now, if you don't have DMARC implemented, you risk good email not going out.
Wow.
Which, in some cases, is as risky as bad email going through.
Sure.
Right? We're talking about maybe an invoice to a customer or a customer support message. You can't risk this stuff getting blocked.
And how about DKIM?
DKIM's part of it. So, right, for DMARC alignment, you need to have SPF or DKIM
SPF,
implemented. And ValMail is the global leader in zero trust email authentication solutions. We actually invented hosted DMARC back in 2015.
Really?
It's our 10-year anniversary. And then we invented DMARC as a service in 2021. We are today trusted by over 80,000 customers to manage their email authentication, including SPF records and DKIM keys.
So if you're an MSP or small business and you're running Office 365, how does your platform work with it?
Right. So it's very easy. We have a free product which gives you visibility into all the sending activity from your domain. And what this will do is highlight potential vulnerabilities within. So you may see, thousands of emails going out from Russia. Well, hey, if you don't have a team or email infrastructure in Russia, then that's something that you certainly need to be aware of and you need to act upon.
So you're saying that something in Russia took over your email, sending email on your behalf?
Someone could be
Spoofing.
Sending from your domain.
Whoa.
Right. So
Whoa. So it doesn't matter who your provider is of your email, your product will work. It's got to be agnostic there, correct?
right. So we have thousands of sending services within our network, which allows us to take DMARC reports and make them actionable. Joe, have you ever seen a DMARC report?
I don't think so.
It's pretty unwieldy.
Is it?
It's a huge XML file. It comes in, several times a week, and it breaks down sending activity by IP address. So making sense of one is hard enough. Making sense of multiple that you're getting in a day is almost impossible.
Wow.
So we have a free solution that'll break down your sending activity by sending services. And this is not just the big senders like Workday and Constant Contact, but we can identify services that are niched to a function or to a particular industry. One thing that is important, because you asked about what do you do if you're an SMB?
Yes.
And we realize this is tough, right? Because if you want to act upon the learnings that you get and implement DMARC, usually that means fiddling around in the DNS and getting these reports and trying to make sense of them. You're not going to do that.
No.
You're going to rely upon your managed service provider.
That's right.
To protect your domain, to protect your brand reputation, and to make sure that you're compliant with email sender requirements. For that reason, we developed and launched a purpose-built version of ValMail for MSPs. So that is ValMail Core. We've been on the marketplace for about 18 months now and seen tremendous success, very encouraging traction.
And this is purely outbound, Mike, nothing inbound?
Correct. So this is protecting email going out from your domain. You also want to have protection for the inbound, right? Like identifying malicious links or bad payloads that are coming in. So we're very complementary to those solutions. Think of MDO, Microsoft Defender for Office, for example, or Abnormal AI. Proofpoint offers this. There's several great options on the Pax8 marketplace. The two together, the inbound and the outbound, comprise a email security bundle. And MSPs should have both as part of their line card.
I'm just going to say most, but aren't most viruses introduced through email? Like people clicking on
About 91% of spoofing happens through email. The interesting thing, though, is, Joe, if you break down that segment, 90% of it is impersonation. So really only 10% is the bad links, the stuff we tend to think about when we think about scams. The bad links, the malware. 90% of it is just straight impersonation, right? It's someone purporting to be the CEO of this company or the finance department of this company and asking you to send the invoice or pay the invoice to this bank account. And that is very difficult to detect. And that is why it's so important that the outbound be secured so that no one can impersonate your exact domain.
Wow. So are you just collecting just like a honeypot kind of thing? Or are you just collecting all of these? I just sigh because that's a lot of work. I mean, because there's billions of emails a minute, a second.
It would be challenging if we had, people like trying to dig through these reports.
Right.
The key is automation.
I say.
So that is really the net of our proprietary technology is automating this whole process. So these reports, we get the DMARC reports, we make sense of them, we provide the MSP actionable insights on their clients, and then to help them get to the best practice of enforcement so that they can actually prevent bad actors from spoofing their domains. We have automation as it regards to hosting the DKIM keys and the SPF records. It makes it super easy to add a service and get that authenticating correctly.
So what's common pushback, Mike? Because I got a feeling the MSPs say, look, I already have Microsoft 365. Aren't they just going to add this onto this? Why do I have to go third party?
You know, there's a couple things. One is awareness. And, you know, not everyone knows that there's a better way to do things, right? Like many MSPs are configuring DMARC for their clients, but they're doing it manually. So they're putting, you know, tech, time, and resources on something that's a pretty mundane activity. And then they've got techs trying to sort through these reports, which is not the best use of their time.
Right.
So awareness is one, and the second is price. And, you know, it's important for me to explicitly mention that our MSP product has the same technology, the proprietary automation, the instant SPF, and continuous DKIM protection that is trusted and protecting major organizations, the largest of large organizations, like Omni Hotels, like Electronic Arts, but it is making it available. It's making that tech available at a price that is friendly to MSPs.
Wow.
And with the features that they need, like multi-tenancy and custom alerting.
Why do you like working with MSPs?
Well, it's fun,
Yeah,
for one.
it is.
You know, they're really passionate, which I love. The other reason is this is the way to help small businesses. Again, small businesses are the biggest offenders of not having authentication in place. That's not because they don't want to do the right thing. It's because they've got a million things that they need to worry about. And it's not easy to implement DMARC and maintain your DMARC if you are trying to do it yourself. So we want to help them. It's in line with our mission of protecting the world's email, authenticating the world's email, and we know the way to do it is through the managed service providers that they are relying upon.
MSPs do not get enough credit. I mean, even the pandemic.
I know.
All these small businesses would not have made it without the help of MSPs.
That's absolutely true.
Want to show your love for discipline, inspiration, and the Joey Pinz podcast? Now's your chance. Introducing the brand new Joey Pinz merch store, where style meets discipline. Choose from premium apparel, cozy hoodies, stylish hats, durable bags, and your new favorite coffee mug, all featuring the iconic Joey Pinz logo. Perfect for podcast fans, discipline enthusiasts, or as unique gifts for friends and family. Every purchase supports the Joey Pinz Discipline Conversations podcast, helping us continue to inspire greatness and promote positive change. Visit joeypins.com/store today and wear your discipline proudly. Joey Pinz merch. Wear it, share it, and live it.
Unsung hero. So, you know,
Not all heroes wear capes. That's right.
That's right. Not all heroes wear capes. So, like yourself, I think you know my story. I was a little older when I had gained all the weight, though. I started my MSP. Mike, I was up to 340 pounds.
Oh, wow.
I'm in front of the doctor, and she's like, you know, if you don't lose this weight, you're not going to see your daughter graduate. Scared the heck out of me. I know you've got a couple under two. You've got young kids.
Yeah.
So, spent the next 6-7 months, lost about 120 pounds, kept it off. Like yourself, it's not a temporary diet, it's lifelong changes. When people ask me, how do I do it? I always say discipline. I got focus, motivation. How does discipline play a role in your life, Mike Chester?
How does discipline play a role in my life? Well, clearly I've got the same philosophy. I think that was a critical part of my weight loss journey. And, yeah, I apply it to work too. You know, I make sure to carve out time for focus work, right? And even when I'm working from home, I treat it like I'm in an office, right? That's the same deal.
Mentality, you just so does that affect work-life balance?
You know, it's actually been pretty nice. I will start by saying I miss working in office a little bit because
You're fully
there
remote.
is some camaraderie that is built up.
Yes.
But I'm also at a different life stage now than I was when I was going into an office full time. I have 2 kids under two.
Yeah.
And it's such a blessing to be there, for the moments.
Right.
And it's a luxury not having to commute for hours each day and have that, whatever that time was, back for family.
And when you were in Southeast Asia, were you remote to an American office?
I was in a business consulting firm.
I see.
And I was in the office.
I see. You were in the office there. Right. I see. Nice finally meeting you. We talked last week. Anybody watching, listening, how can they get in touch with you?
Well, importantly, we're on the Pax8 Marketplace.
Yes.
So please go there, check out Valamel Core. And one thing I want to suggest as a next step is, for all you MSPs listening, we offer reporting-only domains at basically no charge. The only caveat is you need 1 active domain with your account. So if you have 100 clients, you can start with that diagnosis. See their sending activity, see potential vulnerabilities for basically no charge. So go in, get those insights, and then get in touch with me, Michael Chester at valamel.com, and I'd be happy to talk about how to take the next step towards building your DMARC practice, because this is not just a critical security service that your SMBs require. It's also a way for you to make money. It's an added service line on top of perhaps the email filtering that you're already doing. So complete the bundle.
Michael Chester at valamel.com.
That's right.
Michael, thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening and or viewing Joey Pinz Discipline Conversations. Please share this episode with 1 or 2 of your friends who you think may benefit from the episode. Our website, www.joeypinz.com. There you'll find lots of resources and you could join our mailing list. Please follow us on all our social media, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Podcast information, the video version of our podcast is on YouTube. Please subscribe. Audio is on all major podcasting platforms. Please follow them. And if you like it, please consider giving 5-star rating. Would really appreciate that. Thank you again for listening or watching Joey Pinz Discipline Conversations.